What is up? This is your LA in a minute. Los Angeles has 76 miles of beautiful coastline, attracting more than 50 million visitors per year, more than any city in the United States. In fact, LA is renowned around the world for its wide, beautiful beaches. But the fact is, beaches like this aren't a natural phenomenon. In fact, most of LA's beaches are man-made. What? Let's get into it. So that's 76 miles of beach, consists of more than 100 beaches stretching from Nicholas Canyon all the way up in Malibu, down to White Point and Royal Palms in San Pedro. With those 76 miles of coastline, LA has more coastline and beaches than any other U.S. city. And attracting 50 million visitors, well, Santa Monica alone attracts 9 million. That's 25,000 people every single day. Wow. So you might think being here on the Pacific Ocean coastline, the sand is natural. That's how beaches are. But the thing is, the original coastline was very different. The sand on the LA beaches comes from erosion of these coastal cliffs, and that created narrow, rocky shores, not the wide, sandy beaches that we know today. Back in the 1800s and early 1900s, LA's beaches were private, uneven, and often associated with pirates and shipwrecks rather than fun and sun. So when LA began booming, developers looked to famous resorts like the French Riviera and Coney Island for inspiration. Abbot Kinney's Venice of America, built in 1905 with its canals and piers, was more about amusement than beach lounging because there simply wasn't much sand. So how do you go from our natural, narrow, rocky shoreline to these broad beaches like this one here at Santa Monica, or Venice, Dockweiler, and Zuma? Well, the answer is simple: man-made sand. In 1945, the LA Department of Beaches was formed to expand public access and build these beaches that we know today. After World War II, millions of cubic yards of sand were trucked in and dredged up from other sites. For example, sand removed to build El Segundo's Hyperion power plant was dumped right here on Santa Monica's beaches. Over 30 million cubic yards of sand have been imported. That's comparable in volume to all the concrete used for China's Three Gorges Dam. Wow! So today, the California Coastal Commission manages the LA beaches and imports 300 cubic yards of sand every 5 years because storms and tides naturally erode the beaches. Because again, in its natural state, these beaches don't exist due to pounding storms and high tides. Thank you to Elsa Devian for this fantastic book, Sand Rush, which provided the inspiration and a lot of the information for this episode. Check it out at your local library or buy it at your local bookstore or on Amazon. So LA is renowned worldwide for this stunning coastline and our gorgeous wide beaches that attract 50 million people per year. But always remember, these beaches aren't necessarily natural. In fact, LA's beaches are man-made. All right, LA, it's been a minute.